The Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies. Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
So chase greatness and start understanding that he's gonna make everybody better.
Tape never lies.
I don't want to see your tape breakdowns if you cannot show me things that are negative about a guy that's on your current team.
Hashtag chase greatness. Hashtag take that.
Keep it 100.
Because I'll make this one more time clear. Caden Whitlow, got it.
Keeping it 100.
He is the best quarterback I have ever scouted on tape.
The Chicago Bears select.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keep it in 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the fake and anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now they're mouthed up like the Jew and now and laters. Debaters, draws get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks trolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane.
Give me some fucking names. We have 2 fucking games.
Fuck a play or a captain, all of the upstairs. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like trip sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest damn Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, what is good, TTNL family? It is Wednesday. Y'all know what it is. You're watching the best bear show on the planet. Get all the paperwork out the way. Make sure you like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel. For more in-depth analysis, please subscribe to our Patreon at thetapeneverlies.com. Without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the guys in that you came to see since somebody just popped on for us. Mr. Shane, smartest man Martha, and Mr. Draft Dr. Phil. Hi guys.
How we doing?
We're doing. Football is days away, Philip.
I can't believe the struggles of Caleb Williams in practice.
I know. Lock up Tyson Bagent long term, and let's go to fucking war.
Yeah.
Right?
The struggle of practice.
It gets clicks, though. Right?
We like them clicks. She like them clicks. It's close, Cherie. It's very
close.
Very close. Very close.
Yeah.
I'm Casey Kasem. In today's top 100, our media in Chicago has no critical thought. Even my girl Courtney, I gotta call her out. Like, the whole Micah Parsons, you don't know if you have a quarterback.
Well, she was saying it from the Bears' perspective. They don't know if they have a quarterback, which, I mean, come on. Yeah.
That's my friend.
You
She
get
was
a-
on the show. I'm like, that's if the Bears don't know.
If Dallas comes to you and says that he's available, you talk.
you definitely take it. I know we got a lot of flack on After Dark, our new show with Greg Braggs and Adam Rank on CHGO Monday nights. Who the
Every
fuck are
single
these
week.
guys?
Be better, CHGO. I don't know. Look at the views. Check them. How's my backside look?
On my backside look. I want to stay on Caleb because I just think it's so pathetic. Like the media department of anybody. Just look at them giving Ryan Poles an extension, who, oh, by the way, drafted Caleb Williams first overall. Do you think they have an issue at quarterback? No. Like, it's almost insanity. This kid played 1 year as a rookie with the worst coaching staff in football and head coach, arguably, in our history. And the fact that you have to have a debate who might be worse says it all. And to put up those numbers and play and perform, and I know we're repeating ourselves, but it's essential because it's the truth. And if you're sitting there and now you're getting to the point where you're pointing fingers and you're having problems and issues with Caleb's fingernails, his phone, however he carries himself, you're just digging in holes in your backyard and you're shitting in them.
Yeah, that video that I sent you of
oh my god,
the last chance you coach that couldn't make it. I mean,
hate that dude.
He's out there calling Caleb.
He's a pathetic, fat piece of garbage. That's what that dude is.
He is. Yeah, and I mean,
he's so upset about how he looks at himself that he takes these big boy swings at people and kids.
Yeah, maybe he should worry about his own oral fetish. He's got to have something in his mouth the whole time he is recording his show, right?
I don't even know how you went there.
Yeah, it's
pathetic.
Phil, it's because of what we talked about. It's because we, and when I say we, I mean Chicago Bears fan base, are rabid, and we're going to defend our guy. It's just like when the nonsense came out that Caleb wasn't working hard behind the scenes, he didn't know the playbook at all of this nonsense. And I'm not saying that he can't improve on all of that, but Phil, you and I have been around this a long time. Can you name me a single pro quarterback that if they're not invested in putting in any time that can go out and put up 3,500, 20 and 6 as a rookie with multiple coaching staffs?
It's never been done in Chicago Bears history. And I don't know if you could pull an NFL rookie quarterback in the same toxic culture and environment with shitty ownership and do what he did. It's so infuriating to me because it's like reading something that's so easy. It's like going to the movies and watching an amazing movie, and then you walk out with one of your friends and they hated it, and you're like, what? Like, you can't even fathom the stupidity of a fan base that only has to throw meatball. If Caleb Williams sucked and played pathetic, it would have showed up on tape, and thus I would have totally showed our patrons. If there's not a more educated fan base than our patrons, I don't know. I just don't see it because they're the only ones that are battling. I mean, you see Chad Engle's statistics based on breaking. I don't even do that stuff. But okay, we'll take his NFC versus the NFC North, and he put up those numbers. It's like in the situation of what the Bears had, and we're gonna skip over this shit. Like, no, I'm not saying you crown his ass. Nah, I'm just saying, like, you can't have nice things. It goes back to me saying that at the old network. And the old man got all upset, and it became like us versus Chicago. It's not that. I take more shit on the East Coast being a Bears fan than anybody over in Chicago could possibly imagine sometimes. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I love it. But the reality is what you have in Caleb Williams is the centerpiece, because it ain't Rashawn Johnson, of your whole football franchise moving forward for the next 10 years. Remind me what Cade McNown did. What did he do as a rookie?
Sucked.
Yeah.
Remind me what Rex Grossman did as a rookie. Remind me what Mitch Trubisky did as a rookie. Like, look at them. And now step into that arena and look at the coaching that went on last season. And if you listen to this network and you are a patron, thetapeneverlies.com, you would have seen me breaking down and completely destroying the narrative that Caleb was responsible for this many sacks. So then we go on the film, just like we did with Caleb's college tape versus Notre Dame that ruined his career, supposedly. We went to the tape and we showed his second half performance and how outstanding it was. So it didn't match up, but it was a convenient. And once one asshole said it, some other old asshole says it, and then it keeps passing down, and then it becomes a national narrative because they're not doing the work. It's just a layup. It's a punchline.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Jason Leisure was on a spot on the Score yesterday, and to his credit, you know, he was very complimentary of Caleb, but I had to call him out because in his intro, you know, when he was the beginning of his spot, he's like, well, let me preface this by what I'm saying doesn't mean we're going to win the Super Bowl. The Bears are going to win the Super Bowl. You know, but he goes, you know, Caleb had his strongest day of camp so far. Well, there was one pass in there where he tested Kyler Gordon to see if he could fit it in there, and he shouldn't have. And it was an almost interception. I'm like, Jason, come on. And I
both ways.
I respect Jason Leisure. I think he does great work, and I love how he goes after people, you know, open and honest in pressers. But that is exactly where you test Kyler Gordon. He's one of your top flight players. That is exactly what you want Caleb doing in practice.
Not in
spare
game.
me the bullshit when all of these people, like Carm and all of these reporters that have come out more times than not and said, I'd really like to see him throw more picks. He can grow. They can't handle it if he does it in practice. What are they going to do if he does it in a game? It gets clicks. That's what this is all about. It's not honesty. It's clicks. And you know what? When you hear the stammering and, well, let me preface this by saying they're not going to win the Super Bowl because they had a great practice. No shit. That is nothing but you being concerned about being wrong. That's what that is. Caleb had a great practice. It was a physical practice. It's what we wanted to see. Well, but he forced one. Come on, man. You're grasping at straws. You're trying to find something negative because this is what you've been conditioned to in Chicago in your career covering this shitty-ass franchise. Be better. Caleb can improve, just like the media can improve, just like fans can improve. Like these assholes that are rooting for this kid to lose.
It's pathetic,
It's
man.
disgraceful.
It's so infuriating because Shane and I were talking the other day, and it's like, unfortunately, I go, Shane, we have to talk about it because it's so disgraceful It's so negligent that we have to be the ones standing up for the kid because it's clearly an agenda for clicks versus building up. Guess what? Tom Brady threw picks in practice. Tom Brady worked his ass off. Tom Brady got yelled at. Tom Brady yelled at people. Tom Brady was the New England media going, oh, Tom threw 3 picks today. I don't know. He ain't the one. Tom wasn't even picked first overall. The culture of the Chicago Bears media is influenced by what Shane said about the shitty run organization. They're so indifferent because football has never been first that they don't know how to treat growth. A rookie has to grow. It's just that simple. And when you planted the tree in a deep pile of shit, which was Eberflus, Chris Morgan, the offensive line, the personnel, the effort, the culture on offense was pathetic. There's no performance showcase on what adversity that kid, the first overall pick, had to deal with and was able to overcome it. As this fan said, if you look at the numbers, it's the same numbers that Kyler Murray put up as Offensive Rookie of the Year. We've put up CJ Stroud's. Oh my God, he's the next coming. They're so similar to those numbers. And none of those guys had the adversity and football coaching negligence that was hired by Ryan Poles and George McCaskey and whatever the group was this time, the fun group, Tanisha Wade and this one and that, and Bill Polian and Matt Eberflus. I chose him. Like, let's not forget this shit. Caleb came into a situation that none of us as fathers would want their quarterback son to go play for Matt Eberflus, an unknown OC who, by the way, we're doing interviews. I don't like this guy that's might take my job, so let's hire this piece of fucking pussy shit. And Shane Waldron, he's really good. Who says he's good? He sucks. And so on down the line. Coaching hires in Chicago have been pathetic at best. Now you can feel the difference. There's actual accountability being had. There's actual discussion. Was he too hard? Oh my God, he yelled at Kate. Guess what? That's what we fucking do. The good ones actually hold people accountable to a standard that you want them to improve. If the goal is tomorrow we're going to be 5% better than today, then those mistakes are going to be used in growth.
Phil, I was actually excited when I was hearing Montez Sweat talking to was the NFL Network with Stacey Dales.
Yep.
When he mentioned, DA will call your ass out. They're showing film. They're calling you out on film, with your peers in the room. What a concept that wasn't even a thought beyond. Like, you had to coddle these guys and treat them nicely when they screwed up instead of pointing it out, making it a point to correct it, and showing everybody else what not to fucking do, so nobody else makes that same fucking mistake. Like, little things like that are starting to show. And quite honestly, if you're upset or if you're worried about the Bears right now, I think you're just a little bit too hyped. Like, maybe you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl or something like that. Maybe you're expecting, instant fucking success. I'm expecting this team to be very, very motivated, very, aggressive on defense from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing. And I expect the offense to be a run first, react to what the defense is doing, and go from there. I don't see this coming out and them being the greatest show on turf to start the season. But with all that being said, I feel like the direction that they've been going, just with the simple fact that you're able to do something and call somebody out in front of the team and hold somebody accountable, like Phil was saying, that not being in existence for the past 10 years, maybe more. That is something that is just a dereliction of duty, and it's been that way for a long time. I know I was giving Phil shit about the baby last week, but he's right. These guys are too soft. They've been too soft for too fucking long, and it's about damn time we have somebody come up in here and say, hey, this is how it's going to be. And if you don't want it to be that way, get out.
I'm glad you brought that up, the baby thing. I was driving home today because I'm heading to the gym, and then I got to go to practice, and then I got to get home to get here. I don't even eat dinner to get on the show. And I'm sitting there thinking about my life, Ivan's life with his kid and the thing, and Shane's life and what he's going through, Cherie and what she's going. I'm thinking about us, right, as human beings. And then I think about some guy with a silver fucking spoon in his mouth that is a billionaire by being born with the lucky sperm syndrome, right? And then you have this opportunity as an owner to do great things. And I'm not talking about build a fucking softball field in the inner city and try to be some politician and get some. I'm talking about great things for your football franchise and the fan base in the football stance. Worrying about the small things has been a detriment to the city, to this fan base, and to the Chicago Bears itself. And that trickle effect, they're a joke. Like the media in that room all think the Bears are a joke. Trust me. They all do. They all think that it's running, and then Ben Johnson comes in and it's feeling different. That still doesn't change how they feel about George. But guess what? They all kiss his ass. They all smile, and they all can't call anything out, or George is going to get mad. There's a reason why Brad Biggs. Where's Brad? Where's Brad? Because Brad does not do anything towards McCaskey.
Okay,
Scrolls. Go look at anything.
That was funny, Scrolls. That was funny. I'll give you that one. That was good.
Ivan, quiet down. We don't want to. There's a noise ordinance.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, started 3 minutes ago.
Oh my God, he's back. My hat is always cocked to the right because it
cocked and locked, Scrolls, just like your mama likes it.
The reality is,
I came in peace today, but whatever.
Now you have a quarterback and a coach and a culture that's being built. You're hoping that McCaskey can step to the side. I told Shane it infuriated me when he just casts aside the honey bear question. Like, nope, no,
Yeah.
no. Get this fucking guy. Like, what are you doing? What is your board? I know a lot of fans don't want to talk about it, but it is the biggest issue always with the Bears. It's the hidden one. It's the fucking sty in your eye. You're going to have to get some medication to take care of it, Greg. Just like the board and the Chicago Bears CEOs and the losing culture. I was laughing at the interview with Sylvie kissing Poles. You got this. Hey, Ryan Poles, you're 15 wins under you, and you get an extension. Do you have confidence? And it's like, what is this motherfucker going to say? Like, the Bears give extension to losers. That's what has happened. Like, which direction are we going? Are they turning it around? Are we giving? How about wait and then give an extension?
Yeah,
another problem with the McCaskies and the board. Whoever's running this team gives two shits about football. They say they do, but the real football person is unavailable right now. And the only hope that we have is this new head coach. And trust me, everything he's doing, everything has been step for step with things that I would want to do myself. If I was the head coach, it'd be under center, power game, accountability, get him out And I don't care who's watching. I'm holding everybody accountable. This isn't for clicks or press. It's for my culture. Don't do it right. Miss the snap count, delay of game, get the next group in and hold them accountable to a standard. So, oh shit, coach ain't playing around. I got to be on my P's and Q's. That shit doesn't happen. Okay. Sorry, kid. Let's try it again. Actually, let's go to the next play. Let's not even clean it up. Remember, Matt Nagy would just go to the next play. Even if they fucked it up, he didn't stop, make sure it's done right. Same thing with Eberflus. It's a fucking country club. Now, again, it's an unknown that we've gotten the appetizers. We've gotten the appetizers. A lot of you that have gone out to Camp Gestapo with George McCaskey and Don't Video and here's my shirt off my back and scooter crew, muffins being served, people being thrown out. Can't show this. Meanwhile, New England's live streaming every fucking practice here. Packers are live streaming their Family Fest, but God forbid Sandy Tom from across the pond could wake up at 3 a.m. and watch Family Fest from Scotland. Not with our Bears. No. We can't show anybody unless you're here in the city. And that kind of stuff just falls back on the old ways. Something I hoped Kevin Warren would clean up and say, George, you got to think bigger. Meanwhile, the NFL is fucking getting sold to ESPN, and ESPN here in Connecticut again, the East Coast again, thinking big every fucking time. What are we going to do now? We're going to think big. We're going to go Walt Disney on this shit. And here's the Chicago Bears. No swearing, guys. Hold on. Richard Simmons from the grave is going to come out. It's going to stretch us today. It's got to get bigger and better into the football realm. That's why I'm worried about this guy.
So Stephen J says 22 minutes in and we have a honey bear alert because I earmarked his YouTube comment and I'll read it now live on air.
There you go.
I always enjoy TTNL, but the first 29 minutes almost always go exactly like this. Phil is mad that George doesn't allow swearing. Phil wants the honey bears back, which I've never heard Phil say ever in my life.
Until read my mind.
But the point is, we were addressing the situation with George. Phil tells us how much film he watches, and Phil talks about his bench press prowess with a bunch of laughing emojis. So we highlighted you, Steve. You got your moment.
I didn't get 20 yet, Shane. I'm still stuck.
I know.
I'm trying, Ivan. That 20 reps of 225, Steve. It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it. Speaking of big giant pussies like Steve, I was watching a television show.
Timestamp that. That was also under 29 minutes, Steve.
Yep.
So
Oh, it was like,
it
was.
Yeah, I hit it. Oh, I was watching David Carr backpedaling again. I thought maybe he's taking 5-step drops now.
Yeah, he actually sounded very concerned about what everybody thought about his comments with Caleb. And then I don't know, the more that he talked, and he's like, well, what I'm trying to say is, well, come on, man. What you said is that Ben Johnson, the head coach of the Chicago Bears, is hedging his bet already with Caleb. And he says it openly in the press conference. Doesn't like the vibe of Ben Johnson in press conferences. Let that part sink in. I mean, really?
Tell me you haven't watched any press conferences without telling me.
Exactly.
Let's do a positive George segment. What has George done positive for the Bears?
Hired Ben Johnson and paid him.
There you go. Is there any other positives that George has done? Is there something like at camp?
He didn't drop that baby.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
We're doing a positive George segment. What else has George done positive for the Bears? Has he massaged Brandon Fortney's shoulders? No. Didn't
There's a
do
blast
that
from the
either.
past.
What else has he done? No, seriously. Like, give me a list of true.
Well, he's let them spend. He just hasn't hired the right guys to spend the money in the right way. You know, one of the biggest
Gave that guy a shirt.
myths is that the Bears are cheap. And yeah, at a certain point, the Bears were cheap. But if you look back over the past 20, 25 years, the Bears have spent a ton of money on player acquisitions and everything like that. It just hasn't been always in the right situation. But it goes beyond that. I think this is probably what Ivan's going to come into. It's settling on your head coach, just like up to this point.
Well, I was actually going to say that he didn't
Ted
get rid of
retired.
Ted. Yeah, Ted retired. George didn't get rid of Ted.
Ted would still be here
went out on
if
his
Ted
own.
wanted to. That's pathetic, George.
Right.
So
But I agree. I agree with everything Shane said.
Right.
I had nothing to. Yeah.
Anything else? Like, seriously, there's some great shit that Robert Kraft does here in New England for this franchise.
He does the baseball. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a baseball.
The Little League baseball.
Little League. Yep.
Keeps the tug shops going.
Mm-hmm.
Does he open up more fans to come maybe watch more practices? No. Did he live stream Family Fest?
Oh, the canopy after a decade or more, whatever.
I'm sorry. It's got to be talked about. It's a problem. And guess what? When you're chanting sell the team like we got fans to do last year, it was talked about all over the fucking NFL, on Disney Plus and everywhere else. The sell the team chant. That's a problem, George.
Oh, he heard him. Brad Biggs asked him, and then he referred to being upset seeing Bears fans sell their tickets to Detroit Lions fans.
And
the whole
how about
time,
you improve, asshole?
The whole time that he
sold his ticket, that's
mortgaged
right.
out his freaking box at Soldier Field to a guy from Detroit.
I forgot about that.
He just didn't think that it was going to be brought public, and then that guy went on radio and outed George.
And thank you, Guy, for doing that. Thank you for doing that. That's the stuff. You can go watch Brandon Fortney's show where he kisses George McCaskey and the Bears' asses for fucking 35 minutes that you could possibly stand watching it. Or we could talk about the truth. Reality is George is not what he portrays. Okay? That's the reality of it. There is a line in the sand when it comes to football and George. It's not a spending money line. It's a player acquisition line in regards to their personality. Yes, the guy that owns Circa Sports.
Yeah, but he was a Detroit Lions fan.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, George might be a good person. He's just not a good owner. He's failed miserably. Yet the board continues to trot him out as the chairman. The structure of the board is not real. What I don't even know what they do and how they make decisions. But we've been left with this football negligence from an administration that has left us high and dry. Now, when they start winning, let's see how they handle that. Let's see. Do you handle it with class? Do you open it up more to the fans? Do you allow fans to interact with your players? You were there, Ivan. Was there autograph areas or?
Yeah, well, you could just gather around the ropes, right? Like at a certain point of practice, everybody, towards the end, everybody starts gathering around more and more towards the end zone, which is near the exits. Yeah, exits. But it's almost as if you had to push through. The kids get their I would say the kids are okay. Like people usher the kids to the front. But I mean, if you're like somebody looking for an autograph yourself, or like you have a picture, or you want a helmet, if you're like, I would say a teen or an adult, you're definitely not going to get a fucking autograph. You know what I mean? You might as well go to a card show or some shit like that. Like I think for kids, the kids will get the autographs for sure.
It's not like here in New England, it's like the players all walk down this row and they're hanging out, talking to fans, shaking hands, signing autographs. It's very family friendly. And guess how many fans are there, Ivan? Today, my league president went down there.
Mm-hmm.
So over 16,000 people there watching their practice, interacting. And I guess Tatum, Celtics basketball player, was down there too.
Yeah.
Interacting with fans, shaking hands, kissing babies,
limping.
Yeah.
Phil has no
Gave
idea
the
what
shirt
that
off
means,
his back too, George.
But anyways,
yeah,
we're 9:07. Let's move off from George. We have our guy Chad in the background, TTNL Network patron, and just let me explain what we're going to do here. If you are a TTNL Network patron, moving forward every single week in the chat on Patreon, where the patrons mingle and talk about the show and football and the day's happenings, they are going to bring forward 2 Chicago Bears topics, or really any topics that they want talked about. They have to agree on them, and then every week, hopefully, they can come to a consensus. We, moving forward, won't know what the subjects will be, and one patron every week will bring 2 topics on that they will present to us, and we will talk about them as best we can. So that's gonna be a new segment here. Phil's probably not gonna do a entire song about it, but
maybe
we might
do
have
a short jingle.
a little short jingle. Maybe Cherie will
short
sing
jingle.
it. Cherie could sing it.
What's the name of this?
I know I'm short, right?
There you go.
Yes.
The Know You're Short segment.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do, and we are going to do that now. And let me bring out Chad Engel.
There he is, Chad.
What's up, guys? Network patron. What's up, man?
Chad, finally meet you.
Yeah. I'm going to try to come to the tailgate and hopefully meet yourself and Carrie when you guys are out. So,
all right, you
looking
gotta
forward to
be
trying
there.
to do that. Yeah,
you gotta be there. You're my you've been a couple weeks my chat room superstar.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the network. First came here because messaged Shane during the whole Justin saga, because I was losing my sanity as many other Bears fans. Like, no problem, Justin, but like you can't hit the out onto your right or left and to the back and happen consistently as much as I liked them, and no one's talking about it. And then started watching TTNL, got involved, and got to encourage everyone to become a patron. You're gonna learn a whole bunch. And no, I was not paid to say that.
Well,
I just wanted to throw that out there. You're gonna learn a whole bunch. The tape breakdowns are awesome.
well, I appreciate that, Chad. And we don't put Chad in a black hole.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going
Shane
through
did
some.
not do that.
He's going through some construction. I guess, with his-
I did a makeshift studio downstairs in my basement, so I had to get away from the kids and stuff. Unfortunately, we got a couple sick upstairs, but they're holding strong.
He looks like Steven Johnson's, pod room. Remember back in the day?
It was only like a
Yeah, it was.
what was it?
It's like a booth, right?
His only his head was in it.
Yeah,
like
a
Pee Wee
little-
Herman.
Hello?
He only put his head in there, in the box, like a puppet.
So anyway, Chad made his way out. It was like pulling teeth a little bit. You know, patrons are busy and bunch of different topics, and started the secondary chat room, and some people started talking football in there, and we had to get the whip out and get him back in line and keep that the topic for him. But Chad, I guess I'll turn it over to you and take it away.
So the theme for the two topics through the patron chat is Caleb Williams and the offense expectations underneath Ben Johnson, and setting the stage for year one underneath Ben Johnson. So for the first topic, what are your expectations for Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson's scheme, and how do you see the offensive weapons around him impacting his overall development and production totals?
You want me to go first?
Whoever.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go first, and I'm just going to be completely honest. I do not have expectations numbers wise for Caleb. I just want to see overall, I want to see competent football from the offense as a whole. I want to see Caleb get in and out of the huddle. And listen, I do think one of the big things, and Ben Johnson has talked about this with Caleb, is he is the franchise leader, whether he wants to be or not. I think he wants to be, but it's hard to assume that role as a rookie. And even though you're getting the shit kicked out of you, the body language stuff, as much as people want to say that it doesn't matter, and you can go back to Jay Cutler, when you're a quarterback, it absolutely does carry some weight. And I think it has an effect on your entire team. So I want to see things like that improve. And I think it's been an emphasis, obviously. I mean, when your head coach comes out almost from jump and says that that's something that we're gonna clean up. But my thing is what I want to see. I want to see the trend where the Bears' arrow is pointing up, and we're not scared and writing off playing Philadelphia and Philly as we're fucked. That's kind of where I am. I'm just not like the stat projections for me. I 100% think he goes over 4,000 yards. I mean, I'll throw that out there this year. I think he can easily have 30 touchdowns this year. He had 20 as a rookie. I think you're bringing in a more, better, well-run offense, an upgrade at the offensive line. But I don't know if I made too much sense there. But in terms of offensive expectations, that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm in that same boat, blowing upstream. The fight that he had to deal with, as we talk about with Steve every week, is the truth. We have to put the margins on the paper to write the story. And the story, truthfully, is there was football negligence top down last year, and Caleb was a standout. Now, how he becomes this piece to destroy is beyond me. It's like he threw 6 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. Like, that's how it feels. It's like that pathetic. So my goal, to answer the question, I'm with Shane. I believe, barring any kind of injury, this guy's going over 4,000, 30 touchdown. I mean, you are going to see effort, or you're on the fucking bench. And I think a lot, there was moments where a lot was made of it, Cole Kmet's effort and DJ Moore's effort. And it was a coaching issue. When you have a rookie quarterback that comes in with a moxie and has the kind of, numbers where fans are buying jerseys and first overall, and there's excitement, there's going to be some animosity there with some guys that think they should be talked about a little bit more. And when you have a weak culture and a terrible coach, you're going to see that kind of, embed itself in the football culture in the locker room. You're going to get separation. You have to have a strong leader up the front of the room that nips shit in the butt and has an expectation. And a brotherhood then begins to be born, and then they're going to do what you're going to see successfully. And I think Ben Johnson and the staff that he has is going to propel Caleb Williams because the talent is way beyond what anybody can even realize. And it's just what it is. And I think now you have the guy that's going to keep everybody with their eyes on the prize and in lockstep. And that's where the big numbers are going to go. The performance is going to go. There's going to be games where you scheme guys open and numbers might be 256 yards and 2 touchdowns. And people are going to be upset, but you won, 28 to freaking 14.
And don't sleep on the running game.
Exactly.
Being a bigger part of this
It
that
should be,
nobody
as
is
it's always
talking about.
been.
Right.
Yeah.
It should be. So there's our expectation.
As I say, could you guys touch on a little bit about the offensive weapons impacting its performance? Like in terms of, like, for example, is Loveland going to be the primary target on third and medium?
I
Doomsday or
I think it's going to change, Chad. Yeah. I really do. I don't think Ben Johnson is ever going to be the guy that's going to say, all right, we're going to, focus primarily on A, B, C, or D. You're going to go out there and you're going to be told to do your fucking job. And if you don't do it, you're going to be on the sideline. You're going to be replaced. And I think Phil is on board with me. I think Zacchaeus is probably a name that nobody is talking about enough. Yeah, enough here. But just in terms of where they're going, I just think it's going to be wide open. I think one game it could be DJ. Another game it could be Rome. The next game it could be Zacchaeus. It could be Colston. It could be Komet. You might see DeAndre Swift have 8 receptions out of the backfield and have, 90 or 100 receiving yards in a game. That is un-Chicago Bear-like in and of itself because they have weaponry. And listen, Cole Kmet is still a good tight end. I think Cole's biggest thing is Cole himself. He needs to clear out some things mentally. I think he kind of got a little dose of reality when the Bears invested a top 10 pick in his position. But he can have an impact if he buys in. And that's only going to make this offense better, having a Cole Kmet and a Colston Loveland. But beyond that, even these other tight ends can have a role. And I mean, the Bears have options, and they have options on top of options. It's just going to be up to them to go out there and do it. And this is another thing too, Chad, that I think nobody is talking about. Ben Johnson has been very critical of the wide receivers this training camp. Not many people are talking about it in terms of creating separation and getting open. And what did we see last year? That all got put on Caleb.
Yep.
Holding the ball too long. Well, maybe there was more of a reason for that than we even thought.
Yeah.
These guys have to do a better job. And how many times did Phil show you on tape? DJ not executing his route properly, not going 100%. Rome pulling up. Keenan Allen just being not, Keenan Allen of even 2 years ago. So that part of it, and the biggest thing is scheming guys open. We didn't see a whole lot of that last year. I think you're going to see a whole bunch of it this year.
I think you guys brought up last week. I would say Duvernay. No one's talking about him. There's been no deep balls I'm aware of in camp and such.
Yeah.
And when he was healthy with Lamar, there's a few they connected on big time.
I think the offensive talent has improved, but I think the coach has expectations of it, like Shane is saying. That's going to be the biggest. Randall L. Making receivers run as if their life depends on the route. And I think the offensive line, the interior of the offensive line is going to be a big improvement that you're going to be able to get under center, 3-step game, be able to be throwing confidently and have some separation there mixed in with a lot of action and misdirection plays. that are going to be schemed to get Caleb in a rhythm, get the
Mhm.
offense in a rhythm. It's not just even Caleb, it's the offense itself, moving the ball down the field, get first downs. Don't always have to take the big shot. You could take the short route, move the chains, keep the drive going. Those things completely, there's never an identity. There's not been an identity in the last 10 years of the Bears offense. You can't find it. And I think Ben Johnson and his ability to openly be truthful in his expectation, whether it be to the media, the fans, and his football team, that is going to help this talent be competitive, and competition breeds success. So that's where this is going to help you big time.
I'll say one thing for me with Caleb is pre-snap recognition of what's going on. Like that's something, because it's not only just him understanding where the defense is. It's okay if you do want to call an audible. Now you understand. Like now you have the option to call an audible that might work, because last year there was a lot of times where I think Caleb was calling audibles, but he wasn't seeing the entire defense, and that's. I mean, I'll chalk it up to bad teaching, bad coaching, right? But like that's something that I want to see be corrected and him be better at, especially now that he's going to be under center. You're not going to have this heavy Caleb Williams, this pressure on him that he's going to have to carry the team. I know somebody was mentioning before there's going to be a heavy emphasis of run, which I like to see. But when it comes down to that pre-play recognition, that's something that I want Caleb Williams to master. If not, just improve consistently week by week with.
That's a great transition to the next topic, and shout out to fellow patron Robert, who wanted to tie this in with the offensive line. So for the second one was, how do you see Ben Johnson's scheme and Rochard's leadership on the offensive line shaping the identity, rhythm, and success of this offense?
Well, they're going to be accountability, and they're going to actually be coached up to the extent that goes along with the play call. And that's the expectation. That's what the tape is going to uncover. If they're doing it right, we'll be able to see this right away on the tape, that technique and assignment are aligned perfectly. And you'll be able to see, okay, this is what they're trying to do, and they're getting it done. Are they stepping with the right foot? These types of things are immense, and they just weren't there. There's never been cohesion or any kind of showcase where I could say, wow, the line played a really good game. I can't think of the last time that has happened.
I hear you. Yeah.
Since we've been at TTNL, I can't. Wow, the line really played it. Like, nobody talks about that. Like, Olin. I know Olin will check in here and there. Like, think about our Big Steve, my boy. Big Steve, bear down with Big Steve, will be back this season. When was the last time we watched a Bears game and was like, you know what? The fucking offensive line played their asses off. You know what? The skilled players let them down. It hasn't happened. Not since we've been at TTNL. When you have an identity that and a culture that you're teaching and an expectation, and then you stop practice, you hold people accountable, you make an example of their peers. That's the biggest leverage you have in football. They're all getting paid, right? But nobody wants to be embarrassed. They don't want to be talked about in an embarrassing way. So guess what? When a fucking coach has the respect and the command, and they say, what are you, get this guy out, second string guy, get whatever his name is, get in there. Komet out. Stevenson in. And then Stevenson runs the fucking flag route perfectly. Caleb hits him. You know what? Then you start thinking, we can count on this kid more. And Cole's like, fuck. That is the only leverage you have. And when you have that player that's like, well, I got paid anyway. All right, whatever. Their career's done. They'll be out of the league. yeah, you got your payday. Goodbye. Because it's just, you have to have that competitive drive. And I think that's what they're building here. And that's going to, the offensive line has some pieces in it. Even Bill Murray, I like that. I love the kid Newman out of Michigan State.
Mhm.
You know, that was a surprise later day sleeper type of guy. His tape was good, a workman. Like, obviously I'm not there, so I haven't seen practice. But when we watch the game, I know Newman's going to get some reps. We're going to be able to look at, how did this guy perform? Is he performing up to par, or are we going to keep our Jackal came in my office today and he's like, who's number 68 with the Bears? Is that Trapillo? I'm like, what? Trapillo 75. I go, who is 68? I go, Doug Kramer. He's like, he's still there even after he fumbled?
Yeah.
Well, Doug's got to, I don't know. Will Doug politically make the team?
He's been injured, I believe, right? Kramer?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe so. It's been
Dougie
I
Kramer.
don't see any way he makes the team this year.
I saw someone ask, does Tyler Scott make the team?
I can't see it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see it either. But again, I haven't seen Tyler in practice. I don't know what he looks like. Ron G, maybe. Kerry Franklin, Sean Stewart, you've been at practice. Where's our boy Greg? Is he taking a night off?
Right.
Kramer, but I just is hurt.
To what Chad was asking in terms of, you know, how it's going to shape the identity, and nobody pounded the table more than Phil for this part of it. Your identity is going to be what you're seeing them talk about is getting under center, getting an I formation, and running the football, and then action off of it. That is going to form the identity. The Bears are actually going to have one. You're not going to be in year 2 or year 3 with Matt Nagy and him being asked that question at the podium, what is your identity? And he's stammering.
Yeah.
We're going to know fairly quick. Caleb Williams is going to be your identity.
You
know, and whatever running back is hot, whatever tight end is getting open and putting in the effort, whatever wide receiver is creating separation. That's why, like I said, I don't think this is going to be a DJ Moore show. To me, if Roma Dunze isn't your number one, then I have a lot of reservations about the pick. He's a top 10 pick.
He's going to be the
go out there and fucking dominate. Right. And I have faith in him. I do. Just like I do with Caleb. But you got to go out there and dominate. Colston Loveland, I know you're a rookie tight end. You were drafted in the top 10. You got to go out there and make a big time impact as a rookie. Kyle Pitts did it as a rookie. I'm not saying that you need to go over 1,000 yards.
Bowers did it.
Right, Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is the best example.
But if you want to talk, you were talking about third down target and stuff like that. I think Colston Loveland is going to be I think there's going to be a huge emphasis on him in the red zone. You saw him put Jaquan Brisker in that. I don't know if you saw that clip that was going around. You saw him put Jaquan Brisker on skis.
That.
And that was impressive.
Yep. That was
Loveland.
Yeah. That reminded me of your guys' tape breakdown talking about that wiggle at the top of the route of Cole, how it wasn't necessary there.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I thought of when I saw him stick that foot in the ground.
Yeah. He's got the twitchiness at the stem of the route where Cole is clunky Cole.
Javon, I'm not justifying
how is he a bust
his
anyway?
career. I'm saying I'm talking about rookie year as a tight end was wildly impressive when they actually incorporated him into the offense. And last year he did not.
For Steve, can I bring it back to George for a second?
Sure.
If I was the owner of the Bears, I would actually make sure the fans could see training camp when we allow them to come in for those 9 or 10 practices. Another shitty owner decision. Because if George said, no, we want these fans to be able to see here, not 2 fucking fields away. Again, another thing. So please, Brandon, stop being a big, giant piece of garbage. We're going to continue the reality of what this organization needs to fix, and you keep saying it until they do fix it. Because those are the things that should matter a little bit more, not the swearing, George, not the videotaping, the actual allowing fans to see practice, engage with it. Okay, and my mini rant's over, Chad.
Well, no, actually, to continue on that rant, that fan that got thrown out, he didn't get invited back because he got thrown out. He got invited back because he has a following, and it was on tape.
Right.
George would have never invited him back.
Oh,
100%, Chad.
Yeah.
They did invite him back. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 25,000 followers
Yeah.
on Twitter, I believe. And he I wouldn't have done it. I mean, it got him back in the good graces of the Bears, obviously, but he was asking for forgiveness from the Bears, and he didn't realize, which I mean, I'm not sure how you don't. I'm not defending the Bears or going against. I believe his name is Nick. I'm not going against him, but I mean,
would like to get him on the.
There's signs everywhere, and we've got pictures of him saying that, but he went out, asked for forgiveness, and they let him back in. But just like Chad said, that was because of outside. The Bears are worried about what everybody else thinks. You know what I mean? If you were
Chad hitting a home run here, this is huge. No, finish your point.
No, but I'm just saying it kind of peels back the layers of the onion that is the Chicago Bears, because look how quick they pivoted to that. But yet when it comes to coaching decisions or firing a coach within a season when he's not up to par, that they let sit, they let it simmer.
Exactly.
Oh, it's gonna get better. But this public percent, like, they probably think that swearing in the public forum matters. I've never heard anybody that's watched Hard Knocks come up and say, I'm not watching that because they're swearing. Well, then if that's your fucking issue, don't watch HBO. It fucking says that to start.
Exactly.
Just like this. When we first started Keeping It 100, people are like, I can't sit down and watch this with my son. Well, don't then. We told you we're not doing this show for 6-year-old kids. That's not what this is.
What is it? What does it say? For mature audiences only.
Right.
That's me doing that, by the way, Chad.
Yeah. I mean, that's Scrolls. I'm surprised didn't tap out.
Scrolls.
Here's that.
Scrolls. Can I eat my protein?
It's not professional, Phil.
Bowl? Is that not professional? Because I haven't eaten. I know Samo, my boy, doesn't matter. He's not upset if I. Are you upset, Chad, if I have a couple scoops of?
No, I'm chuckling a little bit because in the pre-show there was a comment made about eating on live, but
yeah, that wasn't for me.
I have to.
That was Ivan. Ivan didn't want to watch Phil eat live on there.
How did you know that was going to happen?
What's that? You eating? Yeah. Well, no. I told him. I said, "Well, Phil's late. He was late last week because he had to eat."
Yeah.
Then
he
Ivan
said it last week.
No. He said it this week.
Oh,
because you were late. You weren't in the green room pre-show.
Oh.
So I said, Phil's late again. He's probably eating or something along those lines. And
I hustled to be on time, but I have to eat. It's part of my regiment of life.
Duval.
I have to have sustenance. Is that how we say it, Chad? You're a teacher, right?
Yes, I'm in education. Yeah.
Is it sustenance?
I don't usually use that word. No. So
I got it fucking wrong, Shane. I think.
Are you teaching young kids? Or are you in high school?
I've done
junior?
the gambit from K-12 all the way up to higher ed. So
Oh, nice.
Yep. Everything from computer science, special education, mathematics, to now doing AI and human learning stuff and initiatives.
Sweet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at
So-
you. And what grades do you teach now?
I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to be adjuncting for my community college I'm working at this coming semester. So I'm excited for that because I had been teaching the past couple of years.
Oh,
And
so you're
that's what I
teaching
appreciate.
at a community college.
Mhm.
Professor Chad.
Yep.
Have you ever seen the show Community? I love that show.
Yeah. Yep. And
It's fucking great.
yeah, 100% is. Yeah. There's a couple that are very, very good and unfortunately too real sometimes.
Have you ever watched that, Shane?
Mm-mm.
Community? Oh, it's good. Man.
No.
Very well written. What's his name? The rapper on the show. What's his name? The actor? The black dude? Oh man. Someone's gotta know.
Not to go off topic, but Key's guy, bring and I think we know this is Shane DDP, the
Donald Glover. Thank you.
The
Sheree.
prohibition about showing any swearing on Hard Knocks was all about Virginia McCaskey, a devout Catholic who would be watching the program. But that just shows me how clueless the Chicago Bears are. That it's about. I mean, it's your decision is being made because of your. I mean, she's watching that shit on rerun.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly, we're worried about fucking Virginia McCaskey's Catholic.
Yeah, she ain't waiting up till 10 p.m. East.
Oh my God!
Speaking about ranting with the ownership,
Shane did have. I'm sorry to cut you off. Shane had a great idea that TTNL patrons have a swear count for Buffalo Bills Hard Knocks.
I haven't watched the first episode yet.
Is it out? It came out already?
Last night was episode 1.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch probably tonight.
Hey, I could run an AI bot to track that.
Can you do that?
Sure.
We might need Chad and his AI skills, Shane.
No, but I was for another rant with the ownership piece. Did anyone else have a problem with that Virginia McCaskey logo and that M being highlighted and outlined in white? Because just the idea of McCaskey just did.
Yeah, I think that was a throwback to the. Didn't they have that similar logo before? Wasn't that the retro logo that they used before?
They did, but they changed it to where it was almost, to me, it just seems so intentional to make sure that it's McCaskey.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And it irked me just with all the other things going on.
Yeah, I think it's an ugly logo myself. I mean,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's like my 4-year-old daughter drew it.
Yeah,
Shane. Honestly, I said the same thing. That we got to make a AI, Chad, of the big M and put meddler.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it doesn't look good. I'm not a fan of that, and I was actually in the same boat as you. But here we go. I know George. Everything went back to Virginia for George.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the Honey Bears.
How about you worry about putting a competent product on the field to make your mom proud, rather than, you know what I would say to my mother if I was worried about her hearing swear words?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we would have a talk about it.
How would that talk go?
Well, it's not 1947 anymore, Mom. Yeah, people swear.
Mom, I'm watching this family show at 8 p.m. on ABC, and they are like, bitch ass.
I mean, Montez Sweat dropped an F-bomb live on air on NFL Network yesterday.
Who did?
Montez Sweat.
Yep.
Look at you, Montez.
And it was great too because it's too baldy.
How much did George fine him?
I can actually probably bring that up because actually,
you gotta make it a drop.
Our old friend, Mr. Gandia, was the one that screen grabbed it.
Steph Broylan, Catholic schools have cheerleaders. The Bears do not. Yes, Virginia made it a very, very nice football team. What did Papa Bear make the Bears? A very, very not so nice football team. Who won more, Virginia or her dad? There you go. You got to put priority in the lane of football. Stop worrying about the things that don't matter, like swearing of all things.
One of the concerning points of that is how many casual Bears fans don't even know who George House is because they don't do anything to share the history, promote it, put it out there in front.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think they went through a time where that's what they were all about. And I mean, like, I'll be honest, it always drove me crazy. Like, you can say this year, you know, the Bears went out and signed Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett does not give a shit about the history of the Chicago Bears.
Right.
But let me tell you that the Chicago Bears organization, that's like a prerequisite that every signing and draftee says. The rich tradition, you know, the rich history. All right, but that is literal history. I mean, you have not won a Super Bowl since '85. But that it's like going back, even that to what you said, Chad. That fucking logo looks like it's from 1972.
Yep, that it does.
You could have listened if you had a Ring of Honor. You could have put her name up there.
Needs to happen. Got to unretire some of these jerseys.
Have they chosen a night for that?
To honor Virginia?
Yeah. Does that come out yet?
I'm guessing it's going to be opening night.
My guess is it's going to be like during the Packers game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's opening night.
Who knows? They'll probably have a moment of silence for her, but let me bring this up before we go.
I don't know what Virginia did, and it's no disrespect. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know what she did for the Bears whatsoever. She inherited a football team, and she had her son Michael destroy it, and her other son George destroy it. Now you're trying to clean it up, George. You kept Ted Phillips like he was some sort of fucking leader. The way they talk about Ted Phillips, you would think this guy won 5 to 15 Super Bowls.
Right.
Honestly, it's
so
pathetic.
This is compliments of Aldo Gandia, who screen grabbed this. It is pretty funny. So, but it's you do wonder if George McCaskey was cringing.
I think the biggest thing is, I mean, they're not accepting anything below the standard, and I mean, we're being held accountable. And when you fuck up, excuse my language, you being presented in front of the team, and nobody wants to be presented in front
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but that's exactly. And Chad, you've been a patron, so you know.
Yeah,
we talk about that here, and I think Phil, you know, tends to get painted with a broad brush of when he says this, but he's 100% right. You know, Phil's talking about accountability and you know, yelling at players when they need to be yelled at. Phil's not saying that the guy needs to go in there and rip TVs off the wall every practice or every team meeting and throw shit and do all that. No, but I mean, think, Chad, do you let your students eat while you're teaching them?
No. One of the biggest comments I ever got in one of my last evaluations was, Uncle E can be a real asshole, ... but he cares.
Yeah, right.
So I have that framed as kind of like my evaluation thing when I share with other
you go.
faculty and I'm mentoring them. Like, this is what it means to be really good. I'm not saying you want someone swearing and calling you that, but it demonstrates my level of expectation for them in the classroom.
But imagine running a football team as a head coach.
Yeah.
And you're breaking things down and say, hey, you missed your assignment here. And people are eating.
Yeah.
During these meetings.
Yeah.
And that went on under Eberflus all the time.
They didn't script the first 15. There was no like that. That means there's no game plan. You can install, but you literally didn't plan anything then.
Keys guy, I'm honestly, this means absolutely nothing to me. You're a billionaire. That's great. You do some charitable things.
Yeah,
I'm talking about what did you do football wise, but throw us back decades.
Well,
hiring guys, and I didn't say this. I wish I did. Credit goes to, I believe, Ryan Cox. If you don't walk down the aisle to church, then you ain't getting a job for the McCaskies as a coach. And if that's your prerequisite, then you're going to miss out on a lot of good football coaches. Now, maybe that has changed, but that was a standard.
I don't think anybody's saying that she's not a quality person and stuff like that, but it's just
as an owner,
listen,
she was terrible.
You have to be
know the difference.
Damn near a fucking.
You gotta know the fucking.
You have
difference.
to be damn near a fucking tyrant to have sustained success in the NFL.
100%. You have to have a winning standard.
Yeah,
her father had a winning standard. He did. And unfortunately, it didn't inherit into her. And again, and thank you, Shane, for giving me that compliment because I've taken a lot of heat, but I've been around football like as a culture my whole life. When you take this aspect of it, something that's just like what Montez Sweat just did there is the norm. Right? That's how we talk. That's how we communicate. In fact, sometimes you gotta swear to get every fucking person's attention in the room. Oh shit. Come on, guys. We gotta play hard. We gotta do what's right. Right? Or come on, guys. Lock the fuck in. What's happened there? Now, all of a sudden, everybody's locked in. It's just the truth. So when you're authentic and you're worrying about the big things, like who's the best coach? Not who's the nicest guy. Who's the best family man? No. Who's the best coach qualified here to turn this shit around? I saw Scottish Bear. He made a great fucking point. It's something I forgot when we went on the visit with the Bears, with me and Larison. I brought up Ditka. And you would have thought I told his mom to go fuck herself. The response of that name. The one guy that got you to the promised land, won it, changed the whole culture, had the same thing. Because if you remember, Hallis had hired Abe Gibron. They hired this other guy, and they were falling. They were failing in the late 70s. They were like what we were now. Right. And then they hired this guy, Ditka, who played for Hallis. And Hallis is like, this guy's wired like me. He's a fucking very smart guy, knows the game of football, and he's a great leader of men. And they need to have that in the locker room. Jesus Christ. Like,
right. And listen, I think you have to point out, and this isn't a beat up Virginia, McCaskey thing. It's not. And of course, she did wonderful things behind the scenes for their players. They also charged their players to fucking eat in their facility.
Zorich's story.
The people that are putting their life on the line. I mean, Phil, you know where I'm talking.
Don't go there. Let
Steve
Steve tell this story.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like when Big Steve comes on with us.
We'll have him. I thought he was going to come on tonight. If he's
when he comes on with us, but he'll take you. He'll pull the curtain back a little bit on something that just happened recently.
That just shows you
with the owner,
with that Phil and Shane All
of
right.
what we're talking about.
Sorry, Adam Rank. I love you, brother, but you will buy me steak dinner, Adam, when I'm proven right again. But yeah, I can't wait for Big Steve to tell that story.
And listen, the Bears are not alone in doing that. I mean, there's teams, I believe Cincinnati, I think that they still do it. From what I've heard.
Really?
That they're charging, yes.
Oh my God.
But I mean, you have these guys, listen, these guys are a lot of these guys are being paid very well. Even listen, practice squad money is probably more than a lot of people make.
It's more than I make in a year. I'll tell you that.
But they have their warts, and somebody had put in there the famous quote is, I'm not a football evaluator, I'm just a fan. It's been your fucking life.
Yeah.
How does something not soak into your brain over the decades that you've been around this? I just don't understand it.
I've never.
I don't understand it. I don't
either.
It's embarrassing.
It's a testament to you don't love the game. I was talking to the team tonight, Chad. I was like, listen, if you think you're going to play wide receiver or whatever, and you don't watch football on television, I guarantee you aren't going to play. There's so much that you learn from watching players play that you can, your body just incorporates and you kind of recognize it, but you don't love the game of football enough to play. You have to watch it as a young kid, and you want to play and start and be something. You have to watch it. Can you imagine your fucking family owns the team?
Right.
And none of it has fallen into your blood.
One of our
extent where, okay, tight end split and he's blocking down. That cover block or down block is going to allow us to pull, and you're learning the game and you're studying it. I don't know how that doesn't happen.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Paul Frederick says they will sell the team when Virginia passes on. Does anybody want to let him in on a little secret? He dead.
Virginia, R.I.P. Virginia.
Yeah.
She has passed away, Paul.
And
they still haven't sold the team.
Well, and it's going to go to Pat
Where's
Ryan.
Jeff Bezos. Where is he? Could he save us?
I really wish we would have had been able to look inside that O-line room last year when that entire O-line on the goal line just fell forward. It was on the ground.
Oh my God.
That was my in terms of a single clip moment last year, the ultimate low point. They weren't even contacted. They all just went the wrong way and fell straight on the ground.
I have to
that picture.
You're gonna make me
of Sports Illustrated.
You're gonna make me look that up now because I have
no swearing.
I have a clip of that someplace. It's
no cussing. Everyone's on the fucking ground, not blocking shit.
Oh my God.
But it's Caleb's fault.
It's all Caleb's doing.
Yep. Didn't make the right check.
Mark will tell you. Tyson would have checked on it. Tyson.
This isn't the actual
to the fan.
This isn't the actual clip, but it's let me load it up.
Fan was talking that the score is having a debate in
this morning.
Yep. Yeah, it was
this morning.
You have to fucking
David
be
Haw.
some sort of special, complete fucking hemorrhoid.
And patrons know that. That's one of my pet peeves. Hogue was on. I generally speak, I like Hogue, but he was talking about how suppose the media doesn't make up fake narratives. Patrick Finley literally put a tweet out saying the offense didn't score a touchdown the entire training camp practice, and everyone else was saying they had 3 in the red zone.
Right.
Like, you were there. You clearly were just weren't even doing your job.
He was too busy drawing pictures
Well, he's too
because
busy
he thinks that that's hilarious.
not having a degree, and he shouldn't be there. Maybe he should worry about actually doing his own job.
I remember going and watching. I was standing there with the media at the old network, and I filmed our Bears beat reporters and what they were doing while practice was going. Do you remember this, Shane?
Yeah. Well, that was when JD was alive.
Jeff Dickerson. They weren't
Rest
even
in peace.
fucking watching practice. They're over there clowning around, talking. This was against a joint practice.
So
against the Patriots.
Real quick, this is loaded up, but this is just a clip that we played after the game that Chad was talking about when everybody laid down. And this is our top 10 draft pick, Darnell Wright, and his position that he was in during that play.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
That was the play where it was crazy. It was just like you took a handful of marbles and just dropped them on the floor, and that was your offensive line. It was
Could one person in the Bears media take a stand and stop with the clickbait, create controversy or fear mongering, and just report?
But it's not. It's Phil. What it is too. It's the national media. I mean, like Colin Cowherd and all
Caleb.
of that is talking about trading Caleb and now he's got inside sources, about JJ McCarthy saying that, Minnesota's trying to cover up a bunch of stuff and whatever. Maybe that shit, he ended up he was right last year about some of the shit with Caleb that he said, but it's Chicago. Again, it's why it's talked about. It's the low hanging fruit. Somebody talked about it and they're like, I think it really comes down to the Bears have always been horrible at quarterback, so it's just an easy story. So nationally, they want that to remain the same, so they can just, when in doubt, they can just go back to that. It's like that asshole, JUCO coach that got launched, saying that shit, calling him Caleb, and because he, painted his fingernails and all of this fucking nonsense.
Are you a fucking adult? Like, what? Who would ever hire that dude?
Yeah,
doing that kind of shit. You have to be some sort of fucking.
But he's got a huge following. He's doing does a show with Sean. What's his face? The Sean Salisbury does shit with him, and it's exactly. Keith says it, broken clock. Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Wait, Ryan Cox. I was talking about this guy. Zach Pearson is good at that, Phil. He reports what happens and doesn't try to draw some grand conclusion from every single moment of practice. Our former teammate, Shane.
Yeah.
Had to have Zach back on.
Absolutely.
Although they never invite us on their show, Shane.
We have never been on it. No.
We've never been invited there.
But Chad, you've been awesome, man. We've kept you a little overtime here.
Chad is awesome, man.
Yeah, did a great job.
You got to make sure you get out there, Chad. I want to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate the opportunity.
You taller than me or shorter?
No, I don't think we might be the same height. I'm 5'8".
There we are. You got
You're definitely taller.
You got it. You don't got Stanlin though. Don't fucking you.
My joke is I'm perfectly average.
Yeah.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with being average.
But
hey, we take averages, Bears fans, right?
Yeah.
Average is an improvement.
Yeah. And I really hope this year is going to be different, Ben. Really, really do.
Yeah. Well,
I think it will be.
I think the practice yesterday and the way that came off, I think players see that. players know, and I think that Ben is very scripted, and I think listen, it's no big fucking surprise. You ever see that video of the dad picking up his son, and he's got the Snapchat filter on with the bear head, and his son's like, "Daddy, I don't like that," and he's like, "No, I'm a bear," and he's like, "Set the tone." You don't think for one fucking minute that Ben Johnson didn't sit down and say, "We're going to go out there. This is going to be our most aggressive practice right before Miami comes to fucking town"? Because guess what? That is the fucking standard.
Mm-hmm.
We're setting the tone.
That
was done with intent. And that's what a smart football coach does.
To that point, I shared in the patron chat that my own barometer, per se, for the training camp came up with the dates. It's like, oh, Phil and Shane talked about that. Oh, yeah, Phil, Shane, and Ivan talked about that. Oh, yeah, they talked about this too. Oh, they're actually under center doing this. Maybe something is going right.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Well, something went right tonight, and it was you, Chad, coming on here. Every week, we're going to bring the patron of choice, Shane.
Well, they're going to figure it out. They're going to bring up 2 topics. Yeah, so they can bank. Can bank old topics, whatever. I just wish I wish the chat room on Patreon was a little more interactive, where you could do polls and videos within the chat and stuff like that. Make things a little bit more easy, but they'll have all the topics in there, and then the biggest thing is going to be trying to figure out who's going to be coming on every week, because everybody's either a drama queen or busy. So Chad stepped up.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely have to do we have to work on that part, but yeah, we have some good topics and ideas, and there's a bunch ready to go as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
well, great stuff, Chad. Appreciate you jumping
job,
on.
man.
Keeping it 100.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
The Tape Never Lies Network. Our guy, Chad, shout out to you, man. All the best. Hopefully I get to meet Chad when I go out. Monday Night Football.
Looking forward to
it. In Chicago.
I'm looking forward to Sunday, some Sunday Chicago Bears football this week.
So am I.
It's going to be
live. I'm Bears Hour live, Shane. We'll be back.
We're back. And did you
I got to do
provide
that
to Mr. Vargas? Yes.
I will do it tomorrow when I have some rest. I've been going since 5 a.m.
I hear you.
Not that you care. You've been going as well.
Shane was off today and tomorrow.
Oh,
so
nice.
Maybe we'll do an all-day pop-up show.
I thought you were coming to Connecticut.
Fuck you, Bullets. Just found out last minute that I was off today and tomorrow. So, and I have
Connecticut?
I have to take my family to the.
We got a bigger strip.
The gainfully employed Angelo Joseph Marino.
Angelo Joseph Marino. Yep. Rivas.
Yeah.
Rivas Bar down in West Haven.
Steve, we talked about this a little bit on After Dark on Monday night on CHGO. Phil and I are just different than I think probably what's going to happen. I would play him the first quarter. That's me. I just don't think that they will. We'll see what unfolds, because I think that they're going to put a lot of stock into this joint practice on Friday with Miami. We'll see how that goes, and I think that they want to, one thing that everybody's going to be locked in on is the left tackle battle, and I think we might see some exciting things with these running backs. I'm interested to see Monangai and Ian Wheeler getting out there, and some of these young tight ends making some hay. So I don't know, Phil, are you on the same wavelength? You'd love to see him play a quarter, but you don't think that they will?
Yeah, I have great expectations. It's the best of times. It's the worst of times. Usually the worst of times when they don't do the first quarter. I'm a big believer, especially with the shortening of the preseason down to 3. I say you play 4 quarters before you start the season.
Yep.
So that would be the first quarter of the first preseason game, a half in the second preseason game, and then 1 quarter if you get a really great drive, we can
Mhm.
surprise them and pull them out after the drive and say,
Right.
guys, you did your job. But the goal would be, okay, we're going to get 4 quarters. That's how I would coach it up.
Yep.
And those guys that like, you've never coached, you've never probably played, you don't realize that doing and saying are 2 different things. Getting calloused up. Greg Braggs, actually said something I agree with Shane when he was talking about there's only so much you can get in regards to preparation in those joint practices. It's truly not going to give you the full live response and rep. So the game, the preparation, the television, the crowd, knowing that everyone's watching with cameras on is a hell of a lot more pressure than going up in a joint practice when you fully know it's just practice. This is a dress rehearsal, has a different vibe, and I would use that to my advantage. The Bears coaching staff under Matt has been taken to the mat because they haven't done that same kind of philosophy. You have to go live reps, and you say it all the time, Shane. You've said it all the time. Like, if reps truly matter,
right,
like you say they do, now's the time to get them.
Yep.
And hopefully that transpires in this preseason scrimmage that's going to transpire on Sunday at 1 o'clock East, Shane.
Yes, not 3:30, but 1 o'clock East. And
Had
like
me
you said,
hyped for 3:30. Now I got to be home at 1.
but we will be live as soon as it goes final.
Live on Bears Hour Live.
Yeah. Do you want me to play one
Bears Hour Live
snippet of video that'll get everybody fired up before we bounce out of here? Or do you want me to save it? Your call.
Is it George taking off his shirt?
No. It's a fantasy football expert that happens to be a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Oh, not that same guy. Oh, no, this isn't the guy.
Talking about Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson.
I'm not going to put you on the spot because I think we already know the answer. What, NFC North quarterback you would want to start a franchise with. Skull, JJ McCarthy, great day to be great, all that. However,
played a few
which
reps
pairing
in
would
his
you
day.
prefer for the long term if you're a neutral NFL GM and you can pick a head coach and a quarterback? All right. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, or Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love?
LaFleur and Jordan Love. And I'll go further. I think Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, I think they will fail together. I said this right from the time that they made that hire. I think it is a very bad stylistic fit, the two of those guys together. Ben Johnson is a director that writes out movie scripts, and he expects you to read the lines as written. Whereas Caleb Williams, he doesn't. He could do without your script. He's going to figure it out 4 seconds after the snap when he's running around. He doesn't care what play you called. He never has, and he never will. He's not following the timing and the concepts like that. This is just a very bad stylistic fit, and you're already seeing the frustration coming out of Chicago's training camp. There's coaches I think would have been great fits with Caleb Williams, help him with the next step of his development. And I think there's a whole bunch of quarterbacks in the NFL that could badly use Ben Johnson. I just don't think the marriage between the two of them is going to work.
This guy's a football expert here.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a rabid Minnesota Vikings fan at all, right? I mean,
oh, wow.
That's what we'll never do here. No, not that guy. Tuck in your shirt, Jim.
This guy will tell you. This guy will tell you. Oh, my God. Talk about stretch. Jesus Christ.
The more I open my mouth, the more I realize just how dumb I am.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That guy should have been saying that.
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to get out of here a little bit early tonight. Bill's had a long day and got some behind the scenes work to still attend to. So we're going to bounce out of here. I think Cherise eating her dinner? Is the menu full, Cherie? Is the
what
delivered? Give me a thumbs up or one of these back there.
So man, I fucked up, but
so with that being said,
was
don't
shamed.
forget to tune in as soon as the Bears game goes final. And to all you patrons, know there will not be a halftime show.
There's no halftime show
during
Alex
preseason
H.
games. Yes. No. But we're gonna get out of here. We love you guys. Bears versus Dolphins Friday joint practice, followed up by Bears versus Dolphins preseason game number 1. I'm excited, man. Let's go. Football
is back. Bears are back.
It's back. And what did you say? What did you say, J Hood?
I want to say something before we get underway about the tape never lies. Okay, so I know that there's a billion podcasts and a lot of people talking about NFL and talking about the Bears. But let me just say that you really, if you are a viewer of Tape Never Lies, don't go anywhere else. Come right here. And the reason why is because Dr. Phil and the smartest man to ever live is going to tell you like it is. And so sometimes you'll go over here and I'll go over here and you'll hear this rhetoric over here, over there. Whittle it down. What I would say is ESPN Chicago, because I'll put myself over and I'll put ESPN 1000 over. But I think that we have to start whittling it down, man, because when you get these 10 or 15 sources, it muddles your mind on exactly what's truth and what's not. The Tape Never Lies network is about the truth.